Today, we are going to help you to get your manifestation by having a healthy relationship to detachment, because a lot of people relate the word detachment to giving up or letting go of your desire, or almost like admitting defeat, like just, oh, I'll just be detached because I'm probably not going to get it anyway. That is not the kind of detachment I'm talking about. That is not it at all. So today I'm going to give you a story, an analogy that's really going to help you feel what healthy detachment feels like, how you can apply it like right now, and therefore get your manifestation. And I say get because there's never anything to get. Your manifestation is alive in you. You already have it. I am just here to bring you closer to that havingness of it. So there's nothing to get out there. If you are new to this channel, if you are clicking on one of my videos for the first time, welcome. My name is Genevieve. I'm a manifestation coach, and I really do try to break down the nuances of manifestation so that some of the things that might have been confusing to you or that you misconstrued, I want to give you a clear explanation and knowing of what you really should be doing or how you might need to pivot a little bit in your mindset. I am here to help you with that, always being very healthy in your psychology, your mental health when you're manifesting. I'm here to promote that as well. So if you like me, you like my style of coaching, there are lots of ways you can work with me. You can book a one-on-one call with me to go through your specific stuff, your circumstances, or whatever it is, and I can help you with your blind spots around that stuff. Or you can do a course. I have all kinds of courses available down below. You can click on those and start those now. Or you can join the membership portion of this channel. The top tier of the membership, I do a group coaching call with everyone in that tier once a month. So there's lots of different ways that you can kind of work with me personally. Okay, let's get into detachment, because detachment is a really healthy, normal thing that you should be feeling when it comes to your manifestation. Why? Two reasons. The first reason is that detachment is actually a very natural symptom of havingness. And havingness is a word that I kind of made up that simply implies that when you already really know you have something, when you're already really secure in your energy around a topic or around a person or around anything you're trying to manifest, when you're already really secure, a natural consequence of that security is that you're kind of detached to the 3D world because you're not so sensitive to the world proving you wrong. When you're insecure about a person or a topic or about something that you're trying to manifest, you are instantly very open to taking on 3D feedback in a negative way. You are instantly very open to anything that happens in the 3D. You can easily let yourself be invalidated by that because, again, insecure energy that comes from not having it, because that's really all insecurity is. It's like, I don't think I have it. I don't feel safe in my having of it, whatever it is. And because I don't feel safe in it, because I feel insecure about it, I'm really sensitive to like everything just sort of affects me, everything bothers me, everything makes me worried, and therefore I'm not detached. I can't be detached because I'm so affected by just everything proving that my insecurity is right. So that's the first thing. The detachment is just a natural consequence of your havingness. How secure are you in having it? But the other thing is detachment is also a symptom of having an independent self-concept. An independent self-concept is empowered because it is reliant on the God energy of self, and it is not reliant on the fragile, changeable 3D things. I also sometimes refer to this as having a conditional self-concept versus an unconditional self-concept. A conditional self-concept obviously is reliant on conditions. You need something out here to make you okay. You feel like I'm not okay if I don't have the structures of the 3D in place to make me feel okay, then I'm not okay. I need those structures to be okay. Whereas an empowered, unconditional self-concept knows I am God. I am not of this 3D world. I am in it, and therefore I do not rely on 3D circumstances to make me feel okay. And the paradox of being in that kind of a God power is it's then very easy to change reality. It's very easy to manifest whatever you want because you are no longer dependent on anything. When you are dependent on something, that something has power over you. When you are not dependent on anything, you have power over it. This is why people who are in a lot of dependency or codependency towards a person, it's just the science that they tend to struggle more until they balance themselves enough and get into that empowered, unconditional self-concept. They struggle with manifesting that thing or that person they were dependent on until they become really secure in their empowered self-concept. Okay, so those are the two reasons why detachment is important when it comes to manifestation. And detachment is not about detaching from the desire itself. Detachment's really about just detaching from 3D circumstances in that sense of like, well, I need the 3D to prove it to me. I need to see it. I need it to happen now. And it's very much about your attachment to, again, I need to be propped up by the 3D for me to feel okay. That doesn't work. And that's what we're only detaching from that need for circumstances to prove anything to us. And again, it's a paradox that when you get into that kind of a relating where I don't need circumstances to prove anything to me, I just know what I know about myself. I know what I know about my relationships. I know what I know about my life. When you just know what you know and you're so secure in who you are and you don't care if the 3D immediately proves it to you or not, ironically, that's when the 3D is more likely and more quickly going to reflect to you. But the more that you're like looking at that 3D and you're like, change, give me what I want, come on, it's not going to change because your genuine energy, your genuine state of being towards reality is one of, I don't have it and I'm reliant on you, external world, to prove it to me. Please prove it to me because I don't have it. So here's the little story, anecdote, analogy that I wanted to share with you about havingness, because I think that this will drive home to you that this is an energy thing and this is not about 3D things. Because a lot of you hear me and maybe other people say, you have to have it. Like you have to embody the having of it. And your ego is constantly like, well, how can I embody having something that I don't have? Like I don't have that car yet. I don't have that job yet. Or I don't have that person yet. Or I don't have the money yet. And your ego's like, I don't know how to embody it when I physically don't have it. Remember, this is about energy. It's not about deluding yourself about a 3D object. Like, oh, I'm just going to delude myself that I do have that car. It is not about that. It's an energy. And so I'm going to tell you this little anecdote and hopefully this makes sense. Imagine that you have a lot of something. Like it could be anything. Let's say in this example, the thing that you have a lot of is pizza. Like you just have a lot of pizza in your fridge. It's good pizza. It's frozen. You could pull it out whenever you want. So you've got a lot of this pizza. And let's say somebody comes over to your house and they bring a pizza and they're kind of like almost trying to like rub it in your face because they don't know that you also have a lot of pizza, but they're like kind of showing off like, look at this great pizza I have. And maybe I'll share some with you, but maybe I won't. Like they're trying to do this whole competition scarcity thing with you. But you, in seeing them with their pizza, you're like super chill about it. And you're not even affected by them like kind of trying to rub their pizza in your face because you're kind of like, oh, well, that's cool that you have pizza. I also have a ton of pizza. And maybe suddenly this person who's coming over with their pizza, they're a little bit threatened by that because, you've also got what they were hoping to like hold over your head. And so now they're trying to say things to you like, well, maybe then I just won't share my pizza with you. And I guess you don't need this. Like they're just being really weird about it. But you, again, you are so secure within yourself. You're so unaffected by whatever game they're trying to play because you don't need anything from them. You are naturally detached because you have so much pizza. So if you're not following the analogy here, you already have in your energy everything that you want. So you don't even get tempted to covet what someone else has or feel threatened by a circumstance because you just know I've got a ton of pizza. I've got all that havingness. I have all of this within me nothing out here could even tempt me or throw me off my game because I already have it. I just have everything I want in here. And even if the 3D, because in this analogy, this person coming over trying to like play games with you with their pizza, they are representing, 3D circumstances that typically would have bothered you in the past. Because imagine if this person with a pizza came over and you were starving because you had no havingness. You had no pizza in your house. You had no food. You were starving. This person comes over and they're rubbing it in their face. They've got this delicious pizza. You would obviously be very affected by that. You would totally give in to the power dynamic of like, oh my God, please share your pizza with me. Or if they wouldn't, you would just be so affected. You'd be so sad. You'd be so just devastated. You would be just so affected and threatened by them not sharing their pizza with you. But again, it's only because you would be in a state of not embodying havingness. So you're unable to be detached about this person bringing their pizza over because they are mirroring to you what you so deeply lack inside yourself. I hope this is making sense. The whole point of this analogy is that there is nothing out here. There is nothing to get out here. You have access to everything you want within yourself, and it is simply an energy. It's an energy of security. It's an energy of relief, as I often talk about, that like everything is available to you, and no matter what happens in this life, even weird stuff, like somebody, like in my weird story, somebody being kind of a dick to you, when you have so much havingness, when you are so in tune with your own God energy, you just naturally don't take the bait on other people's BS or on disasterizing a circumstance. There is no circumstance that is greater than you. There is nothing out there that is bigger than you. It is just the way you perceive that circumstance that affects you. So how do you cultivate this havingness? So this is the piece that really is so simple, but I feel like so many of you, you've just decided you don't want it to be simple or something, because it's like, I feel like people are always looking for another answer because you want to feel really good really quickly. And sometimes havingness doesn't feel perfect all of a sudden. Cultivating havingness is a practice. It's again a simple practice, but it is a practice. Every day you cultivate your havingness by just deciding who you are no matter what is going on in this world. Release your dependency on needing someone to come over and give you their pizza. Just decide, I've already got all the pizza I could ever want in my own kitchen. All manifestation is the outside world reflecting to you what you've already got going inside. And if you've already got a lot of love and security and just knowing that you're amazing, when you really do know that about yourself, then the world, the 3D reality, has no choice but to reflect that to you. But if you're feeling desperate, if you're feeling that like hunger of, oh, I need my pizza somewhere far away, if you are totally in that insecure, I don't have it, how do I get it? Well, then of course, you're gonna see stuff that matches that, and you're gonna feed off of seeing circumstances that validate your insecurity, and then you're going to keep the loop going where you see, oh, yep, see, I still don't have it, and then it comes back in as it validates you don't have it, and you keep the loop going. You have to stop doing that. This is also what I mean, and I talk about this in other videos, where there has to come a point that you stop looking at your negative circumstances and feeding off of that so much. You have to make negative circumstances just something that you accept as like, whatever, it is what it is. I can just totally accept that that thing is the way it is right now, and it doesn't mean anything about me. It doesn't threaten me at all. It's just a thing out there that I can just remove my attention from. And then always come back within yourself. Really show up for you and think about you and decide about you, that you are so important, that you are so valuable, that you are so beautiful, that you are so hot, that you are so sexy, whatever it is, that you are just so loved to the core of you no matter what. When you choose that every day, that's your mindset, and that turns into your state of being. And then that is when you have all this havingness all of a sudden. All your pizza gets stocked up, the energy of pizza gets stocked up, and you have it. And remember, as I said before, detachment then becomes a very natural consequence of having it. It's like you don't even have to force it. Like, think about other things in your life that you already are detached about because you already know, like, yeah, that's so easy for me, or I already know that I could easily get that, or like, it's like things you have havingness about. Maybe it's your job for some of you, or maybe it's like family or social life, who knows, but like things you already feel very secure about, you are naturally quite detached about. So you don't need to force detachment. You don't need to like try to punish yourself like, oh, you need to detach, you need to let your desire go. That doesn't work. That's often just coming from you're not having it. Like you don't have it, you feel disappointed about it, and you're being hard on yourself about it. Like, oh, you need to just like force yourself to detach. That's not helpful. Instead, cultivate your havingness, cultivate your independent self-concept that is just unconditionally feeding off of your God self and not conditionally feeding off your circumstances. Turn towards self in the healthiest, most empowered way possible. Ask yourself questions like, how can I love myself even more today? How can I know that everything is truly working out for me even more today? And even if I don't see it, even if I have to continue navigating kind of a difficult situation in my life, how can I keep just showing up for me in an energy that knows that I am going to get through whatever's going on, or that I know that things are just working out for me. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I just know that they are. When you cultivate that energy and you're so loyal to that energy in whatever way it is for you in your situation right now, that is when things have to change. They just have to. It is a science that they have to change. Okay, I think that's enough ranting for today, but I know that detachment is now very clear to you, what it is, why it's important. You cannot be dependent on 3D things as if your life depends upon a 3D thing, and detachment is a natural consequence of you really stepping into the energy of, I have got this. I don't even care what the 3D is doing out there because I have got this. Let me know your thoughts and your questions down below in the comments. If you have other questions or things that you really want me to address, it's always good to see what questions you guys have. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye.